let me say this. A lot of us women, and yeah, I know I got to call it out because I am a woman, and not a lot of women are holding us to task, right? But let's go here today. A lot of us women need to start viewing our relationships and our marriages like a business, a job, a career. Because we will proudly hold our businesses, our jobs, our careers, degrees, whatever the case is, we will proudly hold those things in the highest regards. And we make sure we are on our best behavior. We make sure that we are scoping out things, making sure that everything is in alignment, balanced out, so on and so forth. We are on our P's and Q's when it comes to businesses, our businesses, when it comes to jobs, our employers, careers, so on and so forth. But when it comes to your relationship, a lot of us are very reckless. We don't give a damn. As a matter of fact, we treat a lot of our marriages and our relationships like a damn vacation, especially when it comes to finances. And this is where we're going to go today. All right. Y'all give us 136 likes. I appreciate you guys for pulling up. I'm sorry we are a little bit late. I think I might just end up pushing our time back on Wednesdays and Fridays to 5, because honestly, like, I'll be having to tend to the household and my husband, and so it kind of gets pushed back anyway. So I may change our time to 5. All right. But we gotta go here today because in a lot of instances, I believe that us women, okay, we really do not take into consideration our selfish, careless behavior when it comes to spending habits, when it comes to money, right? We view our men like they are our daddies, like he's Santa Claus and shit. No. We come to the relationships with our hands out, demanding for a man to pay for this, treat me here, take me there, get me this, get me that. And it's all about how much a man is going to spend on you versus getting into a relationship and trying to figure out how can we continue as a unit to accumulate, to build, to thrive, to grow. But a major issue that I've ran into in my years of having this type of commentary of, just trying to call out certain counterproductive behaviors when it comes to women, I noticed that whenever I mention the word build, we automatically go into this whole struggle love, Bob the Builder, broke, dusty rhetoric. Our minds instantaneously go to, he must be poor. He must be broke. I don't need to build with no man. I don't need to get with a man to, do X, Y, and Z. He should already be at a place to where he has it all together. And to a certain degree, I feel you. But you guys completely miss the effing mark. And you miss out on what I'm saying when I say build. Yes, a man should have his life in order. He should have his finances in order. He should have a lot going for himself already before you. Absolutely. So No, you should not have to get with a man and build him. No. But there's nothing wrong with building with and or making sure that the man that you get with is continuing to build upon what he's already built for him damn self. That's where you guys miss the mark, ladies. You want to come through and say, oh, a man should already be built, right? He should have everything already established. And I'm like, okay, cool. But where you go wrong is you start being entitled and selfish and feeling like, oh, you know, I'll just be able to come through and mooch, leech, take from what he has established. That is incorrect, ma'am. Again, a man is not your damn daddy. A man is not Santa Claus. When you get into a relationship with a man, and let's say he has his money together, let's say that he has his career together, his business together, he has everything. Again, he's a self-sufficient man. What he does not need is for you to come through with your entitled ass, being irresponsible and reckless, shitting on what he has established for himself. As women, we need to understand that it is also our job, our duty, our role to make sure that we are continuing to maintain and sustain whatever that man has, not just deplete. This is where we go wrong. We can hit 200. Y'all give us 175 likes. This is where we go wrong. We want a man that's already made. But then when we get with him, we want him to make us up, build us up, while we're subtracting, taking away, taking from. Well, how can you then require that man to make sure that he's continuing to be able to provide for you, protect you, lead you? Elisa, hold on now. When you coming through and you're taking away from what he's built, then you're gonna have an attitude with him when you look around and you see that everything is collapsing. Well, it was your job and your duty and your position as that woman to make sure that you were continuing to add on to what he's built. At the very least, maintain what he's built, not destroy it. And so many of us do that. Again, very entitled, selfish behavior when it comes to our relationships. We make men go broke dealing with us. Elisa says nobody wants to create and be interdependent. They want to fall into an already built, self-made relationship and still be entitled. I'm back, D. Miss you. I'm so glad you back, sis. We need more of the authentic, true women to show up and show out. I know that you guys exist. I know that the true, authentic women exist. It's just that we got a lot of work to do, Elisa. You know, we really do. Oh, my hair is wet. So if you guys see any water droplets or stains, just know I just washed my hair. So excuse that. But I know you guys exist. And what we need to do, Elisa, is just to continue to speak the truth, to show up, speak out, speak against certain things and behaviors that are detrimental or counterproductive. That way, we can help more young ladies or women in general to just wake up and get our acts together. That's what we got to do. We got to show and prove. We can no longer just sit back in silence and pretend like, oh no, nothing is happening, nothing is wrong. Let the women just do what they do. Like, no, we got to start showing up and showing out. So I appreciate you so much, Miss Elisa. Thank you, Divine. Some of these women are happy with being a build instead of someone to build with. You always speaking facts. Keep doing God's word. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Again, you guys give us 200 likes. I appreciate you guys so much for pulling up with us. But we got to get into this dope discussion. And again, big shout out to my sis Elisa for that very generous donation. All right. Let's go back into it, you guys. A lot of us women need to start treating our marriages and our relationships and holding them in the same regard as we do our careers, our jobs, our businesses, so on and so forth. So many of us treat our relationships and our marriages like, you know, they're a vacation. Like once you get the man, you can slack off. Once you get the man, you know, it's all about how he can please you and treat you and make you feel good without you having to put anything in return, give anything in return. This is how our relationships collapse. Do you guys know one of the major causes for divorce is money issues? Right? It's money. And I don't think that a lot of us women really acknowledge our role in that issue. We don't acknowledge our role in, you know, the issues regarding money. Right? Oh, I know it's uncomfortable, but ladies, let me say this before I go in deeper. A relationship and a marriage is not a damn vacation. It's a job. It's a responsibility. It's a duty. And although it can be fun and very rewarding and all of those great things, it is still a job. You still have to put in work. It is not a vacation. Every day, hear me out. Every day, fellas, your lady needs to be doing everything in her power to make sure that her position in your business, aka that relationship, is solidified every day. Every day, your woman should be performing her job well. It's not a vacation. Yes, it can be fun, it can be rewarding, it can be all of that, but it is not a effing vacation. You do not get to just slack off. You do not just get to blow money. It is not all about how I can spend on you, splurge on you, satisfy you. I also have to make sure that I'm able to maintain, sustain, and continue to accumulate. That is also your woman's job. I see y'all. Y'all like the video. Every day, ladies, we need to be figuring out how we can make sure that the next chick, all hell, this is gonna get uncomfortable. Do I want to say? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Yep. This is where the ladies start to hate your little big sister. Like, oh my God, this pick me, mammy, bitch. Hold on. Every day, ladies, we need to be figuring out how we can make sure that the next chick is not coming through to our business, aka our marriages, our relationships, outperforming us, outdoing us. Because guess what? Once you don't do your job well or at all, just like, you know, when you're on that job, on that career, in that business, you can be replaced. You can be fired. Every day, you need to be figuring out how you can stop the next chick from coming through and taking your place by outperforming you, doing your job better than you doing it. A lot of us, and I know this can be very uncomfortable, it's like, oh, hell nah, my man should just love me for who I am. He should just tolerate everything because after all, we is married and we've been together this whole time and we got kids and all of it. No, ma'am. Nobody is obligated to just deal with you. Nobody is obligated to just tolerate your nonsense. You can and will be replaced. I keep telling y'all it's a different breed of man right now. See, y'all used to dealing with these weak noodle back ass guys to where they just like, I'll just deal with it. I mean, I'm the man, you know, that's my woman. I'll just deal with it. Men ain't doing that shit no more. Okay, they look. A lot of my brothers out here, they not doing it. They are viewing their lives as businesses. And if you're not going to represent my brand well, if you're not going to make sure that I'm able to maintain, sustain, and continue to accumulate, expand, grow, and evolve, you can be fired. These are not the same men from yesteryear. It's too much information out here. These men are connecting with each other. These men are sharing information. Like, hold on, bro. Do you know that you can do this, that, and the third and be able to do this, that, and the other? They're like, oh, word? Well, damn, I didn't know that. This is what's going on now. The men are linking up. We have something called the internet now, ladies. Just how y'all linking up, sharing y'all little divestment stories and, you know, having y'all little feminine groups and dark femininity podcasts. Men are doing the same thing. And they're telling each other, like, look, bro, I was able to escape this by doing that. I was able to do this by doing that. And they're applying this information. Again, this is not the same. Look, we have something called the internet. He ain't got to just sit around listening to what you telling him. No, they got information just like how you got information. And so what I'm trying to do, ladies, and y'all can hate me now, but you're gonna appreciate it later. I guarantee you. What I'm trying to do here is let you ladies know what you need to be doing to solidify your position. Because men are not just going to let you coast by because you've been on the job for X amount of years. No, I need to see progression, improvement. And what a lot of men are seeing today is a lot of us are liabilities, expenses, losses. And we have women coming through that see your man, you know, that provide and protect and lead a man, take care of the family. Yeah, don't get it twisted. We see your husband, we see your man, sis. And a lot of us need to start appreciating that type of man when we have him. I know it's some real pick me mammy shit, baby. I know. I can hear y'all already. I can hear you. Thank you so much. Hello. Appreciate you. We can hit 300. Y'all like the video, share the video, subscribe. There's some real talk today. Y'all give us 300 likes. Y'all need to start appreciating that man when you have him, because best believe it's women out here that see your job and she wants it. Oh, shit. I need my damn water. I ain't even grabbed my jug. Big Bully, if you're in the building, I apologize. I did not get my jug with my chlorophyll in it. I'll get it in a second. These women are out here scoping out your job, and they're like, well, damn, that job is pretty easy. All she got to do is, I don't know, be a decent woman, cook, clean, listen, be nurturing, be caring, be understanding, follow directions. Damn, that's all. And then I get to have somebody pay all the bills. I get to have somebody to take care of me and give me some good penis. That's all I gotta do. Is that's the basic. I keep telling y'all, men have standards, and the next chick is seeing what that man is requiring of you, and seeing that you're not doing it, and she's coming through like, are you sure that position is filled? Because it doesn't look like she knows what she's doing with that. And like I said, men are starting to view their whole lives like a business. They're seeing what needs to be discarded of, what needs to be replaced, what needs to be upgraded. Amen. And a lot of those replacements and upgrades is your ass, ma'am. You. But then yeah, she in a position, but what you say you do? Oh, well, I'm just saying, she's showing and proving. She's showing up and showing out. What she's able to do, what she's capable of, while you sitting around being lazy, trying to spend all the damn money up, being entitled, being selfish. A lot of us act worse than the damn kids. We don't even think about the damn kids when it comes to finance. This is what I really want to hit home with this dope discussion. A lot of women today, all we think about is money when it comes to relationships, but we think about it in the most counterproductive ways possible. We're not sitting around thinking about money as far as how we can build generational wealth, how we can accumulate, how we can save, how we can invest. When it comes to relationships and money, a lot of us are just thinking about how can we use it? How can it be spent on us? How can it be utilized to my benefits? We're not thinking long term. It's all about me and what I need and what I want. And a lot of shit that we want and need, quote unquote, we don't really need that shit. It's a desire. It's not a necessity. And we're running through money like it's no effing tomorrow, then waking up the next day like, oh, where's the money at? And why I can't do this and why I can't do that? And you broke and you dusty and you ain't doing this right and you ain't doing that right. And it's you. Y'all give us 333 likes. Love those numbers. It's you, man. And nobody is holding us responsible or accountable for that. When it comes to relationships, you guys, financial literacy is key. It's a must. Just like how we talk about, we need people to be committed to us, devoted to us, faithful. We need people to be responsible and all that. Like, we need people to love us, care about us. We also need to be financially responsible. I feel like when it comes to relationships, we should start asking people important questions about finances. I do. How do you feel about this? What would you do in this type of situation? What would you do in this scenario? How do you feel when it comes to doing X, Y, and Z when it comes to money? Like, this should be a part of, you guys, the vetting process. And the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of the times, like I said earlier, money is the greatest reason why a lot of our relationships fail. And I'm going to be real, as a woman, a lot of us, when it comes to money, extremely reckless, extremely irresponsible. We are damaging our own relationships and marriages by way of how we handle money as women. Yeah, I don't want to have this conversation now, but we're going to have it anyway. We can hit 400. Y'all give us 345 likes. We as women have to make sure that when it comes to the relationships, we are being viewed as assets, not liabilities. And to be honest, a lot of us, especially in regards to our spending habits and how we deal with money and all of that, we are humongous liabilities. We will drive a man to be broke if he's not careful. This is why it's very important, fellas, for you guys to get with women that are on your same level when it comes to what you are trying to establish. She has to be in alignment with you, period. You guys can no longer just go based upon, oh, you look like this, or you have sex like this, or, you're really good. And you got to get rid of that. You have got to start going deeper when it comes to women, because a woman will break you. A woman will break you if you're not careful. I'm sorry. A genetically modified modern day female will break you if you're not careful. Because let me say this, fellas, a lot of you guys that are well-to-do and established, a lot of females are already scoping you out to begin with based upon that fact alone. You have your stuff together. You have money. You have stability, security. That's why my eye is on you to begin with. A lot of us would even call that female nature. That's in my nature to scope you out for those reasons. But the difference is a GMO female, she's scoping you out for those reasons as to how you can only and solely benefit her and how she can capitalize, manipulate, control, use, and abuse you. Whereas a woman, yeah, we're scoping you out for those reasons, but we're thinking long term. If I get with this type of man that is responsible, that has his ducks in a row, that has stability and security, I have to make sure that I'm able to maintain and sustain that, so that we can continue to reap the benefits out of it. But a GMO female, they're very short-sighted. It's all about how I can get quick validation, quick gratification. She's not thinking long-term. She's only thinking about how she can use you for the moment before she discards of you and move on to the next. And let's be real, you guys. A lot of those GMO females, they can be looking good like a motherfucker, okay? They can have you fooled. Like, damn, like, yeah, she ain't shit, but that ass though, right? And you let her in, she will break you if you're not careful. And she won't give a damn about it. So it's very important for men, especially in today's age, to make sure that the woman that they're dealing with is on code with them and their program. Because you'll be damned if you built all of this for nothing. Just have a female come through and snatch it from you. Tear it down. She has to be an asset. Women today, fellas, they have to be an asset. But unfortunately, a lot of us are just selfish, childish ass liabilities. All we care about is, you spending the money on me. You blowing money on me. You buying me this. You doing this for me. It's all about how you can spend on me. Recklessly. We always want something that we don't need as women when it comes to a relationship and finances. We spending money that's already been accounted for. This money is supposed to go towards this bill or this savings account or this investment. But we tapped into it, spending on some bullshit that we will not be able to account for later. And like I said, once a man calls us out on it or whatever. Now we want to point the blame on him. Well, you should have told me something. It was your job. You should have checked me. You the man. Now all of a sudden you want to follow his leadership now that you effed up. That's real funny, ladies. We got to stop doing that. We want to follow a man's leadership after the fact. He told you don't do it to begin with. You went behind his back, whatever the case was. Now that everything is falling apart and you no longer have what you need, now you want to blame it on the guy. That's ass backwards. It is our responsibility as women to make sure that finances are properly managed and accumulating, just like we hold that man to that same task. If that man is coming home, bringing home the money, making sure that this is taken care of, it is your job, your duty, your responsibility, your obligation as that woman to make sure that everything is continuing to thrive and flourish, grow. That is your job. And so many of us women today, we do not view it like that. It's like the more money that a man makes, the more we want to take. That's what we call a liability. When everything that you build is being stripped and taken away. When you're constantly taking losses. For every gain, it's a loss. That's what we call a effing liability. Like, a lot of us are liabilities when it comes to finances in our relationships. Then we wonder why our relationships don't last. We wonder why we can never get ahead. A lot of us are in our own damn ways when it comes to relationships. A man could tell you, no, we're not doing that with the money. We're going to do this. This will be more responsible. This will be more beneficial. And it's like, oh, no, we don't want to hear that until after the fact. And somebody in the comments earlier, before we even began, said, well, that's the man's fault if he allows a woman to come through and break him and take all his money, this, that, and the third. And to a certain degree, I feel you. But let's not get it twisted, you guys. It's another side to this. I personally know women that are married to well-to-do guys, right? They have different accounts. And, he's worked very long years, putting a lot of time to make sure that, he's now solidified. Everything is going smoothly. Very comfortable when it comes to money and finances. Got accounts here, accounts there, cards here, cards there, like stashes all over the place, right? And because, it's your wife and you're supposed to be able to trust her, you give her a card or whatever, or you give her certain access to certain things, certain bank accounts and stuff like that. And what happens? Blindly, that like everything is just being stripped from you. Like, you didn't even see it coming. Like, damn, what happened to it? I had $200,000 in that account. Where did it go? Oh, well, I needed this, and that came up, and that, like, so let's not get it twisted and start acting like, oh, I'm gonna say it. And it's not, look, I already know it's not politically correct. I already know y'all gonna have a problem with it, but there are women that are thieves within their own marriages, within their own relationships. Y'all are robbers within your own relationship. That's a thing. And we like to give it a pass and say, especially as women, we give it a pass and say, well, you know, his money is my money anyway. We're married. We're this. We're that. You know, it doesn't matter if I blew the money on X, Y, and Z. It was my money anyway. I'm his wife. And you know damn well, if that were in the reverse, you would have a straight up and down problem. Let you bust your ass all your life, practically, saving up things so that you can be comfortable. You don't gotta worry about nothing. You trust your man with, you know, a bank account or whatever the case is, a card. And then you turn around, you look in that account one day, feeling like, oh, okay, well, I need a few $1,000s. Let me just go into that account and pull it out, and it's not there. See how you feel. Do you feel like, oh, well, that's my husband, so it was his money anyway? No, because that shit needs to be accounted for. Then when you ask him, oh, what did you even use that money for? Oh, well, I needed some new tennis shoes, and you know, that new game system came out, and I got that, and then you know I needed some new jewelry, and you know I needed some. You will have a fucking fit. And there are women in marriages doing the same exact thing, and we don't bat an eye. It's like, oh, okay, she just being a woman. Damn, girl, where all that money go? Oh, well, I needed a new lace front, and I needed my nails done, and I saw that new Birkin bag, and then I saw them red bottoms, and then I needed that new skirt and them jeans, and then we went on vacation, then we did this. Bullshit. That's how it can sound to your man when you done tapped into way too much into some finance that was supposed to be accounted for. Like, yeah, we got this, we got that. You're able to do X, Y, and Z with it. But damn, I didn't say spend it all. And what did you spend it on? Just how I said, well, those new tennis shoes came out in the game system. That's how it sounds to the man when you talking about, well, you know, that new purse and those jeans, and I got my nails done and my new lace front wigs. That's how it sounds to them. A man does not marry a woman. Let me say this. A providing, protective, productive man that has got to a position in his life to where he has everything in order. He does not work that damn hard just to get with a female that's just gonna throw it all away. That is such an effing slap in the face. I guarantee you that man would not have put a ring on your finger, married you, gave you access to certain things had he known that you would behave so recklessly, that you would blow through his finance, that you would destroy what he has worked so hard to build. And that's bullshit. Absolutely. Y'all give us 417 likes. That is BS. That's nonsense. And there's women out here today like, oh, well, it's just money. He can make it back. Do y'all know how much sacrifice, energy, patience, heartache, struggle goes into building your finances up, so much so to where you're able to live comfortably? You are able to go and take out 50,000 if you need it. You're able to go and put down a large down payment or whatever, buy something outright off the lot, whatever. Do you guys know how much energy struggle, sacrifice goes into building yourself up to that level, all to have a female come through that didn't do shit to add on to that. Strip it and take it all away. This is what I'm talking about. When you get with a man like that, you respect that. You have got to be an asset to his life. Out of respect. Like, damn, I know that took a lot of this, that, and the third to get to that amount. Or I know it took a lot of this, that, and the third to get to that level, to reach that. Out of respect, you be an asset to that man's life. Because him getting that to that level is ultimately helping you to live more comfortably. So why would you want to deplete? Why would you want to subtract? Why would you want to take away from your foundation? He's built that up to that level so that you guys could have a solid, sturdy foundation. And so many of us women just strip from the foundation that is holding us up. Telling the man, well, just keep working harder so you can build it back up and make the foundations solid again. Well, I can't do that if every time I lay a brick down, you spend it. It's gone. You're defeating the whole purpose. This is what a lot of us do in our relationships and our marriages, and we do not talk about it. Why? Because the woman is the prize. The man's supposed to do this. The man's supposed to do that. So then we feel like it gives us the right to disrespect that man's hustle, disrespect that man's grind, disrespect that man's sacrifice, disrespect that man's work ethic. That's fucked up, ladies. And y'all know it. You are supposed to be adding on, and at the very least, making sure that he's able to maintain what he has. Because ultimately, it's what you have. It's what you all have. It's the foundation. And so many of us strip from the very foundation that holds us up. And then we wonder why everything comes crumbling and tumbling down. And then we want to point the finger at him. Oh, well, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? He was. He did. You didn't do your job. We do not want to acknowledge our roles when it comes to the collapses of marriages and relationships when it comes to finances. We are very entitled when it comes to finances and relationships, very selfish when it comes to finances and relationships. And nobody is really talking about that. Women do not hold us accountable for that. You're the prize. The man's supposed to splurge on you. The man's supposed to waste money on you. The man's supposed to. Which plants it in our mind that it's okay to disrespect and neglect our roles. To not do our jobs. And then the very moment to where everything is crumbling down, what do? Blame the man. And again, your man is not your daddy. Your man is your man. Your man is not Santa Claus. Your man is your man, i.e. your provider, your protector, your leader, your teacher, your employer. Y'all don't want to go there though. That's too much. That's too much. Oh, fuck now. See, this is what I'm talking about, this pick me, mammy bitch. Talking about some, the man is the employer. Like, nigga, please. Don't nobody run me. Don't nobody tell me what to do. Ain't nobody the boss of me. When you're dealing with a provider, protector, a man that's solid on his foundation in his square, that's stable and providing you with that same stability and security, oh yeah. He runs that shit. Oh yeah. That's your boss, ma'am. Come on now. Yeah, I think that's too much for y'all though. Y'all wanna have that conversation. We can hit 500. Y'all give us 456 likes. Let me get to my donation. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Divine. And that's so right. And again, big shout out to my sis Elisa. I will pull that back up on the screen once I get through my other donations. Because that's super dope of you. Super dope of you, sis. Who is this? Y'all, this gonna be one of them conversations. Y'all can be mad in the car. I already know. I will be the biggest pick me mammy bitch tonight and every night if I need to. I have got to carve these things out because ultimately I'm saving y'all. Y'all don't even get it. Y'all do not see how much I'm helping. Y'all don't. Too many of us are so stuck in our egos. We don't even want to acknowledge and accept the truth when we hear it, when we see it. Thank you, Destination. Hey, Danica, love catching your show when I am able. Can I get a real women's one time for the culture? Well, you got it one time for the culture. Yeah, and you know what, Destination? It's a lot of real women's. You know, when it comes to relationships and finances, it's this. A bunch of gross sisters with their hand out. See, a real man says he'll give me all his money. He'll let me spend everything. He'll do everything for me. He ain't gonna make me have to be responsible for making sure that the money is growing and ain't being wasted. See, a real man, he gonna be rich. A real man, he know I'm the prize. A real man. That's what we do. And it's absolutely unrealistic. Can I go there for a second? It's unrealistic. So many women, I'm sorry, GMO females, genetically modified modern day females, they're out of their natural organic states of mind and well-being. They are teaching us completely wrong. Completely wrong. They're telling us that a healthy relationship with a good man means that a man is going to waste, splurge, spend, and blow all of his money on you. If a man is doing that, that's a healthy, solid relationship. That's a good man. And it's so much of a disservice. So terribly wrong. But see, it strokes your ego and makes you feel a certain way. So you're more susceptible to whatever that woman is saying, because again, she's making you feel like you're the prize, you're the special one, when all she's doing is keeping you single, alone, and or dealing with a weak ass dude. And we're gonna go there for a second in a second. Thank you, Hollow. He says, keep cooking. I've been gave you your roses. Salute. Thank you so much. So very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys have no idea how much you mean to me. Thank you. Thank you, the Harmony Pill. I love what you said earlier. Ladies should be grateful when they come across an independent, financially stable man and go above and beyond for him. Yeah, because that type of man does not just come around so easily. You know, especially the way that we talk today as women. You know, everybody seems to have the same experiences. Oh, these men don't do this. These men don't do that. These men are broke. These men don't take care of this. These men don't do. So when we come across that man, I find it very funny. Not funny, really, though. But I find it to be very disrespectful and disgusting to where when we get a man that is providing, that is leading, that is protecting, that is trying to teach you and guide you in the right direction, we get with that type of man, Harmony, and we disrespect him. Right? We take that same man that we complain about that does not exist once we get him, and we treat him like a sucker instead of appreciating it. It's like, oh, I can use him. Oh, I can take advantage of him. Oh, I can disrespect him. Oh, I can manipulate him. I can control him. It's the most ass backwards shit I've ever seen. Instead of appreciating that man, it's like, oh, I got him. Now I can use him. Now I can take advantage. Now I can disrespect. I can try to control. Like that is just, it's just not, it's not what we're supposed to do. Again, we should be very grateful and be putting in the necessary work to fulfill our job and our duty and our responsibility and obligations to that man, to make sure that we're able to continue to evolve, grow, and build. And let me tell y'all something else, ladies. It does not make you a weak bitch, like a lot of y'all like to say, when you get with a man and you're building with him. It does not make you a weak bitch. No. If anything, it makes you a wise woman, because a wise woman understands, oh, okay, once my man goes out there to collect the food, I have to make sure that we have enough food to last us. Let's use that analogy real quick. And again, this 460, y'all, we can hit 500. Y'all like the video. Some real talk today. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll get to the rest of y'all donations in a second. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Okay, I got hello. Let's go there for a second, you guys. Maybe that'll help you guys to really understand what we're saying here. I saw some memberships and everything. You guys, I apologize. Y'all know I get passionate and I be losing. Oh, y'all, I'm so sorry. I'll get to y'all in a second, though. Let me say this, though. When it comes to relationships and finances especially, that's where I really want to go with the conversation tonight. Because I don't feel like a lot of us, when it comes to relationships, we really talk about the financial aspect of a relationship. Like, and that's one of the most important things that need to be talked about and discussed. You know, a lot of the times when it comes to our relationships, you guys, what happens is this. Let's use this analogy. I'm a woman. I get with a man that is a hunter, right? Let's say that every man is a hunter. That's a man's job. That's what a man is supposed to do. He's supposed to hunt. He's supposed to go out there, find the food, bring it home so that the woman can cook it, prepare it, whatever. Right? So every woman, we don't hunt. That's not what we're designed to do. We don't know how to do that. That's too much. So as a woman, I have to go out there and find a hunter, aka a man, because a man is designed to hunt. That's what he does. But me as the woman, I'm supposed to take whatever the man hunts and, prepare the food, cook the food, serve it. That's my job. But let's say I go out into the world looking for my hunter, aka a real man that we complain about that we don't have. And I come to realize it's a shortage of hunters, right? According to a lot of us women, it's a shortage of hunters. These men are not out here, trying to, bring home any food, kill any animals, whatever the case. They're not doing that. But then you come across a guy and he is a legitimate hunter. Like, he's out there getting to it. I mean, he hunt anything. Bears, tigers, lions, damn dogs. Like, he gonna hunt that shit. And so he chooses you to be his woman because, let's say, men are not designed to prepare and cook food. That's not what I'm designed to do. I don't know how to do that as a man. I know how to hunt it and kill it, bring it home, but I don't know how to do that. So I have to find a woman. Let's call women a preparer, okay? I have to find a preparer. I'm just a hunter. So he goes out and he chooses you to be his preparer, aka his woman. He goes out there and hunt the food and bring it home to you. Like, okay, baby, I got this for you. Just cook it up for us and all of this. And ration it and all of that. He runs into this problem. I ain't cooking that food. I ain't preparing that food. Who said I'm supposed to do that? I ain't got time for that. Can't you hire another woman to come through and be the preparer? I ain't doing all of that. See, if you was a real man, you'll be able to hire another woman to do all that. I ain't here for all of that. And it's like, bitch, that's why the fuck I chose you. Hold on. Let's get this straight. Let's get this straight. Let me pull up my chat so I can keep up with y'all. Let's get this straight. Thank you, Taffrey. Thank you, Percy. I'll get to the rest of y'all in a second. The man is like, hold on, let me get this straight. I chose you to be my woman because I thought that if I got with you, you would be my designator, my designated preparer of the foods that I went out and hunted. That is what I would call an asset. You're an asset to my life because, after all, I don't know how to prepare the food. I don't know how to do X, Y, and Z. I just know how to cook it, bring it home. I just know how to kill it, bring it home. You're supposed to do all of this. So I chose you because I thought that you would be an asset to my life. So you mean to tell me that I now have to go out of my way to have another expense on my dime, on my tab, when I'm supposed to have you to fulfill that job and that responsibility for me? So now, you're a liability in that case, because what are you here for? You're not adding on. You're actually deducting. You're making me have to then go and find somebody else to do your job for you while you're still reaping the benefits? Wait a minute. That don't make no damn sense. Would you do that on your job? Could we go to work, demand a raise, demand a certain position, whatever the case is, and then when we're called to do that job, tell our boss that employs us, that takes care of us, give us our check, whatever the case is? Can we then tell him, oh, hell no, I ain't performing that duty. Get me a secretary. to do that for me. I just need the title. I don't perform the do. Could you do that at work? No. Which is why we need to be viewing our relationships and our marriages the same way that we view these damn jobs and careers. We have way more respect for them than we do our own men. The man that's going out and busting his ass for you, protecting you, providing for you. You will disrespect the hell out of that man by telling him what he's supposed to do and what you're not going to do. But then when it comes to your job, what else you need? I'm trying to get my raise. But then you demand for a man to give you a raise regardless of what you're not doing. So he runs into that dilemma. I don't know. I don't prepare. I cook. You can hire that bitch to cook. I'm just here type shit. It's either that problem or you run into this problem. Go out there. I'm bringing the food home. And again, as the preparer, it is also your job to ration. We can hit 500. I don't understand this 469. Like, what is that? Y'all like the video, share the video, subscribe. Hear me out. Follow me. He hunts the food, brings it home. You prepare it. You cook it. But guess what else you do? Instead of rationing, you want to waste. Give it away. Eat it all up. Let it spoil. So it's like, damn. Again, this is what I call a liability. I need you to perform your duties. I need you to be responsible with what I bring home. This needs to last us. We need to be able to have enough to, again, maintain and sustain us. But I bring the food home and you like, you can throw this away, you can throw that away. Well, we'll eat that, but not too much of it because I don't really like that for real. And then we can get this to my mama and I can get this to my... This is what we do. Man went out there and hunted for months, brought you home all this damn food. Hell, he even had food that he stashed in the damn shed before you even got there for years. It's in a deep freezer and shit. Like, yeah, man, we should be good. This gonna last us a long time. I've even been hunting before you even got here just to make sure that we got enough. Like, so we gonna be solid. And what your ass do? Years of him going out there and hunting, gathering the food and put in a damn deep freezer. You take your ass to the deep freezer and say, oh, this is too much. You know what? My mom and my cousin, they can have some of this. You know, my sister, my brother, they can have some of this. We don't need all of this. And let's say he falls ill. Your man is not able to go out there and hunt like he used to. AKA, we're coming into retirement type shit. Just follow my analogy. Okay, just follow it. He's like, you know what, baby? I'm not able to go out there and shoot and hunt and use my bow and arrow like I used to. But don't worry, I got a whole bunch of stuff out there in the shed, in the deep freezer. We're gonna be good for the remainder of our damn lives. He take his ass out there to the damn deep freezer. Guess what happened? Ain't shit in there. It's enough in there to last 2 months at best. What the fuck? Oh, I know you motherfucking lying. Woo. I gotta get my jug, y'all. I know you motherfucking lying. Baby, where in the hell is all the deep freezer food? I gotta get my chlorophyll, y'all. Where in the hell is all the deep freezer food? I had enough in there to last the rest of our damn life. Where is it? Boy, my mama and them was having a cookout. How many cookouts did your mama have? Shit, I don't know. Well, we had a gathering at Rodney's house. Then we had another gathering at Katrina's house. Then, Tony and them got married. I took some food over there for that. And then, like, shit just happened, baby. Like, I don't know. It's just gone, bitch. Y'all laughing, but this is real talk. I'm trying to give these analogies so we can understand. You're being irresponsible. You're not even thinking long term. Just blowing through shit thinking that's going to always be there. Well, I just assumed that you would just, go and get some more. Now he not able to go and get some more because he thinking that he got shit solidified. But your ass ran all through it, gave it away, blew it. Now you mad at him. Well, you should have put a lock on the deep freezer. You knew I was going to be in there. Now it's his fault for trusting your ass. And this, hold on, let me sip. Let me sip. Let me tell y'all something I do not appreciate. And again, my hair is wet, so excuse my shirt. I wash my hair, okay? I let it air dry. Let me tell y'all something. I do not appreciate how men that do right by their women are penalized for doing right by their woman, for trusting them, for being open with it. That is so effed up and foul. And then we wonder why so many men today do not open up to us, do not trust us, do not even want to be with us. They only want to have sex at the most. Because when they do open up and they do what's, I guess, what a lot of people would say is the right thing to do, look how we throw it in their faces later. Baby, I gave you the key to the deep freezer because you were my woman. I thought you would know what to do with it. I thought that you would be responsible. Like, that's why I chose to be with you in the first place. But you're going to hold me responsible for your poor decisions, for your actions, all because I was doing right by you, by thinking that I could trust the woman that I chose to be with. I could trust the woman that I let into my home or my life, the one that I thought that I could love. And you're going to hold me responsible for your poor decision-making skills. That's fucked up. Now, a lot of people would say this, well, I mean, you the man, so it's your fault if you chose to be with her and then she did this to you. It's your fault. It's your fault. And it's to some degree, I feel it, right? But I really do not like, you guys, how we completely say, no, it's solely on the man. Like, yeah, we all should be held responsible for certain things when it comes to the people that we're with. I do it to women, right? If you laid down with a man that was not shit and had kids by him and you knew he wasn't going to do X, Y, and Z, wasn't going to raise the kids right, treat you right, all that, you play a role in that because after all, you chose him. The same thing does apply to the man. Right? Like, you play a role in that. You chose her. True indeed. But why is it that when it's on the other foot, when it comes to men, it's solely on them. It's not that, oh, well, you played a role. It's like, no, that's on you. You should never did it. Why did you trust me? It's your fault. It's all your fault. I ain't had nothing to do with it. It's all on you. That's fucked up. Again, nothing wrong with holding responsibility, but to solely place all of that on the man, that's effed up. And a lot of us women do that and then get mad when, again, that shoe's on our foot. And people are saying, well, you did this, you did that, so it's all on you. And it's like, oh, but he tricked me. And yeah, but he did this at first and then he switched up. So it wasn't my fault. It was his fault. He was the one that tricked me. He was the one. But then a man can't turn around and say, well, you tricked him. You put on the fronts. You were faking it until you made it, until you got into a position to where you gained certain assets. A man can't say that. Again, this is what I do. I'm going to call out the hypocrisies. And that is so foul and effed up. Well, you should never. Excuse him for loving and trusting your ass. See, we always want to take all of the credit for things when it goes right. But the moment that it goes wrong, it wasn't my fault. That was your fault. I don't like that. Thanks again, Hollow. Get it going. You on fire. Make it make sense. Look. Thanks, Tyrese. I am glad that cause I felt that. I don't know. I wish you was my friend at the same time back then. Continue to preach love. Look. We just gotta be real, you guys. Like, everything has to be addressed. We cannot continue to act like, it's only one way. It's only one-sided. It's only one party that should be held accountable. Like, everything needs to be taken into consideration. Your role, their role, y'all role, what you can do, what you should be doing, what you need to be added on. Thank you, PCS brother. I appreciate you. Thank you, Richard. Hypergamy, instigated by social media, is causing women to die alone. Oh, shit. Hey, Richard. It's a lot of nonsense that is being pushed that is causing women to not necessarily just die alone, but to be struggling alone. Especially in regards to social media. Right? Now, while social media can be very helpful and useful, it helps us to share information, to connect, to build, to learn, all of that. It also can be very destructive because I'm not going to lie. What I see a lot today, especially in these groups of women, is a bunch of fairy tale feeding. Yeah, we're going to call it that. Hashtag fairy tale feeding. This is what I'm seeing. When it comes to women in our groups, right? Where we congregate on social media, online, whatever the case is, where we share information, we share ideas, we share our experiences. It's a bunch of fairy tale feeding. Telling a woman what sounds good, but not necessarily translates over into reality. And when I say sounds good, I'm talking about it's only good for her and her ego, but not good for all parties involved. And what that is doing is perpetuating these very destructive cycles to where we feel like it's okay to, like we're talking about today, blow through a man's money, not be responsible, be disrespectful, emasculate, manipulate, control. Because that is what is being taught amongst women. As a matter of fact, we're being taught that that's what femininity is. You know how they always talk about dark femininity and all of that? The narrative that is being pushed today is this. Dark femininity is the femininity. Femininity is being able to manipulate, control, dictate, use, abuse. And that is ultimately what's hindering us from establishing real, solid, healthy relationships that are long lasting. And what's also contributing to us, quote unquote, dying alone. But Richard, let me be real with you. Hypergamy, I would say, is that's in female nature, right? It's okay. Let me say this. It's okay for a woman to look for a man that is above her, that is able to offer her more than she's able to offer herself. Like, that's in our nature as women to do that. However, what I'm seeing is, Richard, is that fairy tale feeding, that's the real issue. It's like, not okay. For example, hypergamy can be even described as a woman that makes, let's say, $30,000 getting with a man that makes $50,000. He's still doing better than her. Let's say that she doesn't have any degrees, but he does have degrees, and he has, a lot of stuff going on for himself to where he's able to, again, help her to, quote unquote, level up in life by being with him because he has more to offer. That's hypergamy. However, and that's fine. However, the fantasy feeding that goes into the hypergamy is the issue. So let's go there. You're making $30,000 as a woman, but instead of getting with a man that, I don't know, makes $50,000, they're telling you, no, scratch that. Go after the man that's making $50 million. And if he's not making $50 million, then he's broke and he's conquered and he's dusty, and don't deal with him. That's where the fairy tale feeding gets in the way. Again, nothing wrong with hypergamy. Not in my book. That's in our nature. Y'all can be mad in the car, fellas, if you got a problem with that. Let me tell y'all something, fellas, because your little bitch is going to be real with you. Hypergamy is in every female's nature. We look for men that are well off, more well off than us. Period. You have got to be able to offer me something more than I'm able to offer myself. That's in a woman's nature, you guys. You cannot escape nature. Just like it's in y'all nature as men to look for women that are fertile or, vibrant, all of that have a certain shape. It's in our nature to look for men that have more, because it's in our nature as women to look for stability and security. So hypergamy in and of itself is not the problem. It's the fairy tale feeding that is. I hope y'all follow me with that. If not, you can just be mad in the car, because I'm going to be real with you. It's the whole, oh, don't get with a man that is not making 50 million. Don't get with a man that's not making 500,000. Don't get with a man that don't own 2 mansions and able to fly you out every weekend to the Bahamas. It's the fairy tale feeding that's the problem. And I hope y'all following me. Okay, I got Richard. Thank you, Steve, for becoming a channel member. Thank you, PCS brother. He says men will work jobs they hate to build and save money. Many women will call you cheap if you're into saving money, but have no complaints when the money is there when needed. Right. And that's what I call hypocrisy. Right? And that's why, let me say this too. Fellas, do not be, how can I say this? Do not allow a female to manipulate you into feeling guilty about being responsible. You know what I'm saying? You stand solid on your square. And I'm saying that as a woman, as your little big sister, okay? As a married woman to a solid man, masculine man that stands solid on his square and his foundation. You do not allow a woman, I don't care how much you love her, whatever, you don't allow her to make you budge. If you feel like something is going to be beneficial down the line and you're thinking long term and you need to tell her no, stand on that. Don't be guilt tripped into feeling like, oh, well, you know, she really wants this. And, you know, she said I was broke and I'm dusty if I don't do it. So I gotta do it. No. Let her call you cheap. Let her call you broke. Let her call you dusty. Let her throw all the insults that she wants. At the end of the day, if shit goes left and sideways, she's going to blame you. So you might as well make sure that things are in alignment regardless of her insults, regardless of her temper tantrums, regardless of, you know, whatever. Because like you said, PCS brother, she'll call you all these names. But the moment that something is needed, not wanted, you need this. It's a dire situation. Best believe she's gonna be like, oh, I'm so glad you did that. I speak from experience. Look, you guys, I'm a female. I'm a woman. I know what we do. I know how we think. I know how we act. In the beginning, when I first started talking to my husband, do y'all know how many things I said? No, we need to do this. We need to do that. No, I want to do it. And my man told me no. And at that time, I felt like, you know, oh man, that's the right thing to do. What do you mean? And then I look back on that same situation to where I was giving him hell about some shit and was so relieved that we did not do some things that I so desperately wanted to do. Like, damn, I'm so glad we didn't do that, man. We would have been so effed up. That would have set us so far back, so far behind. I'm so glad. And he like, yeah, I know. That's why I said no. Yeah, you had an attitude. Yeah, you was complaining. But guess what? So when I come on here saying these things, this is even from my own personal experience as a woman, as a quote unquote female, to where I felt like I wanted something and I needed something and I didn't. I didn't need that shit. I wanted it. But it was not the best thing to do. It was not the wisest decision. And my man stood solid on his square and solid on his foundation, and that's what it was. But here's where I gotta hold us women accountable. Some of us have men that are solid on their squares, solid on their foundation. and we will give that man absolute hell. And end up completely disrespecting that man, leaving that man, whatever the case is. We don't budge. Again, relationships are about balance, right? As women, it is our job and our duty to listen and follow the direction and the leadership of our man. And so many of us do not do that. And so even when our man stands silent, we will go behind his back and do it anyway. Hell, we'll even do it in his face. And then he just like, you know what? Fuck it. You ain't gonna listen anyway. Go ahead. Then it comes crumbling and tumbling down on you. So I say all of that to say this, ladies. When your man is standing solid on a square and he's very adamant about you not doing something, he's telling you no, and he's giving you legitimate reason as to why, you listen to that. You do not try to go toe-to-toe with him. You do not try to, compete with him. You listen. I'm telling you. If you trust your judgment as a woman, and you believe so, and you think so highly of yourself as a woman, you should know that you are able to trust that guidance of that man because you chose him. So if you chose him and you trust your own judgment as a woman, then you should trust him to be able to go ahead and lead you and guide you correctly. But yeah, that's facts, PCS, brother. Like, we don't be knowing until something go down. It's like, oh, I'm so glad. So always staying solid. I don't give a damn what she's saying about you. You can be cheap all day. But guess what? Y'all gonna be stable. Thank you, Letitia. She says refreshing content. Thank you, young lady. Much love. Thank you so much, Letitia. I appreciate you. And I'm so grateful. Let me tell y'all this. I'm so grateful that I'm starting to see so many more dope, authentic women coming through. Like, I'm just so, it's refreshing for me, Letitia. Like, seriously. I recently started my TikTok, and I've been getting so many comments from women, and they just love it. They're like, yes. And so I think that's very dope and very refreshing myself. So shout out to all the authentic, real women out there that are doing what's necessary, that understand what I'm saying, that are practicing and putting into work what I'm saying, and they know that it works. They know that these things bring about progress, right? They know I'm not just saying these things because, oh, I'm trying to pander to men. I'm trying to stroke the ego of men. Like, this shit works. What I'm saying is not wrong. You just don't like it because, again, it's not stroking your ego. But nothing I'm saying is wrong. Nothing. Thank you, Percy. Danica, my friend, bought a house for his lady. 6 months later, she puts a pic of a bigger house on the fridge. Oh my God. This kid just ain't satisfied. Damn. Just ain't satisfied. God damn. It says he took that pic and threw it in the trash. Where does this never satisfied attitude come from? It comes from the fairy tale feeding. Hold on, let's say this, Percy. It comes from the fantasy fairy tale feeding. Hashtag fantasy fairy tale feeding. Women are telling us, get something bigger, get something better. More. This is causing men, again, if you're not careful, to go broke. Because a lot of men, they love their woman. They want their woman to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Contrary to popular belief, men want to satisfy and please their woman. So when she's saying that she wants something, as a man, you feel like it's your duty to fulfill that and get those things for her. But not so fast. Because a lot of these females be straight up tripping. Okay? They're never satisfied. Why, Percy? Because when we go online, we get all of this fantasy fairy tale feeding. Oh, you just got a 3-bedroom house. You need to have a 12-bedroom house, a 5-car garage, and a penthouse suite in the backyard. And so it's like, well, damn, my little 3-bedroom house, it ain't enough. A mansion, please. He needs to have you in 3 mansions a week. Have a phantom in the driveway. Yeah, I don't even know what a damn phantom is. I'm just making up shit at this point. But this is what they will say. And they'll have you out here feeling inadequate. Like, oh my God, I need a phantom and 3 mansions. The fuck? I'm slipping. And Percy, let me also say this. I'm gonna be real when it comes to this. Another reason why, we're never satisfied, Percy, is because when it comes to females, especially the GMOs, we're in constant competition with each other. Oh, am I talking too much? We're in constant competition with each other. So I'm not satisfied because the girl next door has something better than this. So I need to outdo her. Yeah, I know that you worked so hard to get this. And I know you did so much to get that. And I know you pulled strings and here and there and you saved up and you bust your ass for years to get to what you said, what I told you I wanted at that time. But now my sister got this and this is better and that's better than mine. But now my homegirl got that and that's better than mine. So I need something to outdo her. But now I'm listening to these hypergamous hoes on social media and they telling me this ain't sufficient. So I gotta outdo this. That's another thing that ties into that never satisfied attitude, Percy. We're always competing with other females instead of just being happy with what you got. To be honest, a lot of these females that we competing with, shit. Why come y'all didn't block naked girls? Oh, maybe you guys did. Don't have look, y'all take y'all damn adult shit somewhere else. All right. Now we raw and uncut, but we ain't that kind of raw and uncut. Y'all take y'all damn adult spam box on some damn where. Thank you, Taffrey. I don't know how to say your name. Lidge? The DJ? I don't know, but I appreciate you so much. Yeah, they be in here just trying to spam your shit, get your shit. Look, y'all better take that shit out somewhere and block your ass. Look, did I get everybody? I feel like I missed so many of y'all. Thank you, Broken Heart. Tell it like it is, and you know I am. You already know I am. Hold on, I missed somebody. I just feel it in my bones. Thank you, Bentley. When you have it and she knows it, saying no makes her respect you. Yes. And let me second that, Bentley, as a woman. Fellas, again, stop allowing these females to come on here telling you, oh, you broke and you cheat and you ain't got it like that and you ain't no real man if you're not essentially wasting on her or doing whatever she wants you to do. Stop allowing her to do that, because I'm telling y'all right now, as a woman that has been there before, to where I was like, I really wanted something, and I may have had an attitude or whatever. My man was like, no, I'm not doing that. That's not smart. That won't last or whatever. Especially when it comes back around, because it always does. It's going to come back around, fellas, to where that moment is going to improve itself. And what I mean by that is this, you guys. She wanted to do something, or she really wanted something, but you said no and you stood on that. That moment is going to resurface and come back around to show you what it really was. If it was a good idea or not. Right? And when it does come back around and resurface to show you its true face, and it comes out that it was a bad idea, that respect that she has for you is going to go through the roof. And from that moment forward, she's going to always listen to what you say. She's going to always listen when you say no, especially when you say no. Because if you said no, it has to be something to it. It has to be something behind it. Because after all, he told me no the last time, and that moment came back around to show its true face. And when it did, it came back to show us it was not the right idea. And he told me it wasn't. So, yeah, it will make her respect you 100 times more, especially when that moment comes back around. Dre says, hypergamy may be in a woman's nature, but the problem is oftentimes it has a habit of leading towards Trick or John 304 relationships. Right. But see, I feel like that's that hypergamous whole energy. You know, that's that fantasy fairy tale feeding that ties into it. When you start tying those things into it, that's when it gets murky. Right? And that's what we're being taught today, Dre. We're being taught today that hypergamy is not getting with a man that has more than you and is able to elevate your life in ways that you wouldn't otherwise be able to, but to completely quote unquote level up to where you're skipping over men that you do qualify for, men that could elevate your life and add on value, for somebody that is completely out of your league even. It's unrealistic. Like I said earlier. You know what I'm saying? So hypergamy in and of itself is not a problem. It's the fantasy fairy tale feeding mixed in with female nature that is the problem. Right? So it's in our nature to look for stability and security, people that can elevate us, help us to evolve and all of that, add on value to our lives. But then when you mix that in with delusion, confusion, and fantasy fairy tale feeding, you have a problem. And it can lead to those same kind of relationships to where, you know, again, you're dealing with a weak ass dude that is just usable. And that's also in our nature, Dre, to not even respect that type of man. So again, we got to be careful with that. So you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. And also when it comes to the quote unquote hypergamous aspect of women, fellas, it's okay for you guys, and it's important for you guys to understand that is in our nature, but also hold us to a standard with that. Like, yeah, I can elevate your life. I can improve your life. I can add on value. I can take care of you, X, Y, and Z. But how can you be an asset for me? How can you benefit me? Are you going to be able to fulfill your job and your duties for me? Right? That's the difference. So, fellas, don't just allow a woman to just come into your life and use you all because you're like, oh, well, it's in a woman's nature to be this way. No, you still have to hold us to a standard. Like, yo, I understand that it's in a female's nature to look for a man that is of my caliber. However, she has to be held to a standard as well. She has to meet a quota too. Again, ties back into the business aspect. You got to start viewing your life, your relationship like a business. Is she going to be able to meet your quota? Is she going to be able to fulfill her duties, her responsibilities, to reap the benefits of working for you, of having access to you? I hope y'all following me. Thank you, Eugene. He says some hypergamous women can have unrealistic expectations if the price is high enough. Mm-hmm. And we just kind of talked about that. Ooh. Harmony says hypergamous, acting all types of done, child. And this is also, Harmony, what ties into a lot of our relationships just being tragic, especially when it comes to money and finances, right? Because, like I said earlier, we're always competing with the next woman, trying to outdo her. Then we're listening to these other females telling us, oh, level up, level up, level up, right? And before you know it, we have these ridiculous requests and these ridiculous expectations and all of that. And before you know, everything is collapsing because we're blowing through it trying to outdo the next person. We're blowing through it trying to constantly level up. We're never satisfied. So yeah, although hypergamy is in our nature as women, as females, you got to be very careful with that. You know, you got to know your limit. You have to have a limit and a standard for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to know when enough is enough. Like, what am I doing at this point? Am I constantly trying to, do too much? Oh, sorry, y'all. I don't know what happened. You know what? My computer is like glitchy right now. I'm actually taking it up to Apple tomorrow. So I probably won't have a show with you guys on Sunday. But y'all, I got this like line going down my screen. It's a whole mess, y'all. A whole mess. And I just did some glitchy shit. I hope everything is still working. Oof. All right, y'all. If I miss you, I apologize. I really do. But my computer is glitching now, and I know I probably missed a whole bunch of y'all, but just know I appreciate it. I really do. I really do. And again, big shout out to my sis, Elisa. I'm trying to pull Elisa back up actually. Okay. Let me check my lights while I'm at it though. While my computer glitching and shit. Let me check my lights. All right, we got 575 likes. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. We'll take it. But I really wanted to drive the point home of it being very important for us women to understand the value of making sure that when it comes to relationships and our marriages and stuff with our men, that we don't just view it like it's uh a vacation, if you will, or just a thing to where we're just reaping all the benefits and taking away and stripping and somebody just taking care of us. Like, we also have to make sure that we are taking care of that man. Percy said, Danica, I got to say this. I met this chick at the cricket store. She saw I was a truck driver, so she Googled truck driver. It said possible six figures. She said, real money to her is 50 million. I said, but you work at cricket, bitch. What? Percy, I know you fucking lying. But this is what I'm talking about, y'all. And no, you laughing. This is the problem. Crickets. Let's just hear the cricket. Let's listen to the crickets for a minute for the bitch at cricket. And you know what, person? The reason why, y'all laughing, I'm so serious. Big Bully, I see you. Let me sip my jug. The reason why it's so important to have these type of conversations and dope discussions is because of bitches like the cricket bitch, okay? That's ridiculous. The real money is 50 million. See, a real women's, we need 50 million. 50 million for the real women's. Whole time, this is what I'm talking about, the hypocrisy of hypergamy, okay? Hashtag the hypocrisy of the hypergamy. Although it is in our nature, y'all be doing way too motherfucking much. Okay? Yes, it's in our nature to look for men that have more than us, that can provide more than we can for ourselves. Sure. But when you start talking about us real women's, we need 50 million. And then you don't even make 50,000. That's when it's like, what? It's what? You can't even do a fraction, a percentage, a decimal. Look, bitch. You, bitch at cricket. Let's Google her. Hold on, Percy. That done pissed me off. Thank you, Isaiah, for your cash app. Thank you, Rohan, for your cash app. Thank you, Tyrell, for your cash app. Thank you, Philip. Hold on, y'all. Let's Google cricket, bitch. Okay, cricket. Is it Cricket Wireless? I don't even get no service from that bitch. Hold on. Who even has a Cricket phone? Cricket Wireless salary. Yeah, let's see, Harmony. This, I know you motherfucking lying. Oh. Hell no. And I'm not job shaming or anything like that. Baby, get it how you live. The fuck? I worked at let me tell you where I worked. My first job was at Sears. I made $7.50. My second job was at White Castles. I made, and this was after 3 years of working there, I made $8.32 after 3 years. That was with raises. That's a mess. Then I worked at Lowe's. I'm giving y'all my whole resume. I worked at Lowe's, the hardware store. I started off there at $9. Then when I got promoted, I made $11, and then I went up to $12. Then I worked at AT&T. I started off there at $11, and then after 5 years of working there, or almost, I think it was 4 years of working there, I made like 17. So I'm not job shaming. Your little big sister had to put in some motherfucking work herself. Okay? I came a long way. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. So if you at cricket, I ain't shaming you, baby. I used to make $8. The most I ever made at a job was $17 and some change. That was the most I ever made on a job. 17, not 20. No, I was not big balling, bitch. I made $17, and I think it was like 32 cents. So I ain't saying all of that. But, bitch, you cannot be on here trying to job shame my big brother Percy when he out here whipping it real hard. Whip it real hard. He out here whipping it real hard on these trucks. Now, truck drivers, hold on, let me screenshot this so we can see. Because y'all got Percy fucked up. Truck driver salary. Let's see how much the truck drivers make. Truck drivers make up to, hold on. It's like truck drivers make up to $300K a year. Okay. So how dare a Cricket Wireless bitch making how much? Let's pull it up. Do we need to airdrop this shit? Let's airdrop this shit. We're gonna airdrop it for y'all. We gotta pull this up on the screen because this just be bothering me. This is what I'm talking about with. This is what I be talking about, y'all, with the hypergamous hypocrisy. Let's pull this shit up. Let me airdrop this. This be getting on my motherfucking nerves, y'all. Like, you should be so lucky to get with Percy making $300,000. The fuck? At Cricket? Again, I'm not job shaming, salary shaming, hourly shaming, nothing. All I'm saying is, bitch, who are you to judge? Hold on. Hold. Because this that bullshit I be talking about. You should be so lucky. And that ain't shit to me. If that ain't shit, then you should just not even be working at all. Because I know, like you shouldn't even have a reason for existing according to your logic. Look at this shit. Let me move my my sis Elisa for a second. Average salaries at Cricket, $12. The district manager only makes $19. They couldn't get the motherfucking 20? Hold on. The district sales manager couldn't get the 20, bitch? And the district sales manager, that's the person that's just like you done put in some work. You the top dog. And you only getting the 19. This bitch making every bit of $11.61 on a good day. And got the nerve to tell a hard-working man that's making well above her pay grade. That ain't no real money. This what I'll be talking about. And the only reason why she's saying that, Percy, is because, again, a lot of these genetically modified modern day females, they're only thinking about themselves. We're not thinking about long term. We're not thinking about how we can maintain and sustain, build and grow. We're thinking about, okay, I need the most money to splurge and spend on me. We're not thinking about building generational wealth or maintaining and sustaining anything. It's all about this man needs to already be the epitome of what rich, wealthy, prosperous is. Right? I don't want to have to do no damn work. I don't want to have to budget nothing. I don't want to have to manage shit, ration shit. I need to be able to go through and spend up whatever I want when I get with this man. Ration, Soldier Boy voice. This is how these females come through. No, I'm a real woman. You need to already be making 50 million. Yeah, I work at Cricket. So the fuck what? If you have in your mind, ma'am, that real money is 50 million, and the truck driver's salary of $300,000 a year was not enough for you, and you work at Cricket making all of a good $11 an hour on a good day. According to that logic, man, you should not be where you are. Like, if I had that logic, is what I'm trying to say is this. If I had that mentality, I would rather, I don't know, shrivel up and die in the corner than work at Cricket, because after all, like, this is dust. According to that logic, that this is like, I might as well just be homeless according to you. Why even clock in for this shit if 50 million is the mark? But a nice gentleman comes through. He's a truck driver making $300,000 plus a year, and you're like, oh, that ain't shit. But you get your ass up out your bed faithfully every day to clock in for $11. So how do you feel about your life? I'm just trying to understand it. How do you feel about you if $300,000 ain't enough? If $300,000 is trash, then how do you feel about $11 an hour on a good day? And how should society view your ass, Cricket bitch? I just want to make it make sense for me. Jeff, I can't do this. You hear me, Tyrese? I just can't do this. Yeah, die in the corner. Like, you should want to just shrivel up and die in the corner. If that's the case, if 50 million is your minimum, to where it's like you ain't making no money until you making 50 million, like, that is where you're start. That's how I'm interpreting that. 50 million is your starting ground. You're not making money until you meet that. So if that's the case, why even clock in to make which, like, you might as well be homeless. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching. I don't know. Let me just shut the fuck up. You got Cricket. Shout out to Cricket Wireless. We ain't, look, ain't malevolent. We ain't hating on Cricket. We just trying to make it make sense as far as the mentality behind it. That's it. We not Cricket shaming. Mm-mm. Yeah, Mrs. Puff. That's how they come through, like Mrs. Puff. Show do. Show the fuck do. What y'all talking about Charmin for? What y'all talking about Charmin for? Y'all talking about Charmin paper, toilet paper? Look, y'all, I don't know what's going on. Did y'all see some Charmin over this motherfucker? I don't know. I do got Charmin in toilet paper, but I don't know what y'all talking about Charmin for. hmm. Damn, hold on. He says, I did everything and 3 meals in bed and she left. I'm trying to wrap this up, y'all, but I can't. Hold on. So, I mean, all due respect when I say this. I mean, y'all could even probably say that I'm sexist. I don't know. Maybe I am. But, sir, that was not your job. You know how I talked about jobs earlier and duties? It's not a man's job to give a woman 3 meals a day in bed. Like, that's not what you're supposed to do. Is it just me? Look, you're not supposed to do that. Like, fellas, you do not go out here busting your ass, working hard, sacrificing, saving money, investing, building. You did not go out here doing all of that to then come home and serve. Oh, damn, Danica. Now you know you can't say that shit. You're gonna get canceled. I don't give a fuck. You did not do all of that to then come home and then serve the woman that is supposed to be serving you for going out there in the world and doing all of that. Like, you already working too much. You already doing too much. So why in the fuck are you, as that providing, protecting, leading man, coming home and then serving the woman that should be serving you to show you how valuable you are and how much she appreciates your contribution and what it, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but when y'all do that, all it does is make us view you as a weak man. Look here, brothers, because y'all know I'm gonna be real with you. We take the type of man for granted. We take that man for, we take advantage of him, all kind of things. It's like, damn, this nigga's so weak. He gonna go out here, make all this money, do all this, and then come home and do this, do my job, you know, and cater to me like that. That's a weak ass dude. We will take you for granted doing that. You know, we take advantage of that. We view that as a weak man with no backbone, no standards. Like, again, you guys can feel like, oh, you're just being a good man. And, you know, you're just, you know, showing your woman that, you know, she's a queen and she's a god. All right. No. You're already showing your woman that she's a queen and that you value her and that you love her and you respect her by getting your ass up every day, busting your ass, bringing home that cash, making sure a roof is over her head. You're already doing that. So to do that and then come home and essentially kiss her ass some more, y'all gotta understand the amount of emasculating you're doing to yourself. Like, we take advantage, we take for granted that man. Because again, it's like, oh, he doesn't have any standards. He's not holding me to a standard. He's not holding me to task. He's not making me have to reciprocate and replenish. So that's why she will leave you. And I bet you, and no shade to you, but I'm gonna be real with your little big sister. All right. I bet you she left you for a man that was not doing half of what you're doing or what you did. We keep talking about female nature. That's also a part of it. We like a man that's standing in his masculinity, that's not going to bend over backwards and then some for a female that is not even doing half of what she's supposed to do for him. So I bet you she left you for a man that was not even paying her even too much attention type shit. Because believe it or not, fellas, we like a challenge too. And I mean that in the most respectable way. Like, we want to feel like we are working to get something. We don't want anything that's too easy. Stop listening to these females tell y'all some bullshit like, oh yeah, a good man will be weak for me and a good man will listen to everything I tell him to do, and a good man. Stop listening to that. That's not true. We get turned off instantaneously by that type of man. He's weak. We don't like a man that can be easily controlled, taken advantage of. Because if I can do it, then that is implanting into my mind that somebody else can do it. Somebody else can manipulate and control you and take advantage of you. Shit, you can't even run your own house. You coming home serving me after you already serving me by going out working hard all day. Like, you doing too much. And I ain't doing shit for this. Oh yeah, this nigga weak as hell. This man weak as hell. We will go out of our way to seek another man that does provide us with some kind of challenge. Respectfully. And I'm not saying that, you know, a man should be like this dictator, controlling, manipulative, you know, type of energy, but he has to have some kind of backbone and standard. You know what I mean? For us to meet. It can't just be that he's doing everything and not requiring anything. Like, That's a turn off. And a lot of women will not be honest with y'all enough to say that, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Thank you. Is it Kayla or Kala? Thank you for your truth and dose of reality checks. You already know. You already know. Y'all in here dying laughing. I don't know why y'all laughing. But if I miss you, I apologize. Hold on. Harmony says, Anika, you in here what? Singing and rapping again? I told you a producer about to throw you a contract. Look, no, please don't. I do not know how to sing. Thank you, Tyrese. He says, as you were saying earlier, that hit from home. Valid points. I've been there before years ago with my children, mother, and now being single for 4 years. Look, you guys, I'm not gonna tell y'all no lies. You may not like to hear it. You may reject it. You may not even like my ass. But I'm going to tell you the truth. David says hypergamy is the very reason civilization exists. It's not an issue. To say that a man's drive and ambition is only for himself is like a woman's defense of their appearance is only for herself. Ooh, okay, bars. But you know what, David? I will say this though. I will say that a man should try to establish who he is for himself though. Like, and the reason why I say that is this though, David. I've seen guys out here bust their asses trying to get the validation and the approval of a woman and the respect of a woman, and it doesn't go that way. And then he completely like gives up and slacks off. And he doesn't want to work hard anymore. He doesn't want to build for himself anymore because, oh, women are not paying me any attention, or women are not doing X, Y, and Z, and women are not acting right, and women are not respecting me. Women are not checking for me, whatever the case is, and they'll slack off. So that's why I'm always a big advocate for telling my brothers, like, make sure that you are doing what you need to do for yourself first. Women are a bonus. I stand strongly on that. Now, am I going to be disingenuous and say that, you know, women do not inspire you guys, or women do not motivate you guys? You know, sure, like, yeah. But at the end of the day, I really do feel like a man should want to establish himself for himself first. That way, regardless of if a woman comes through and validates him or acknowledges him or respects him or wants to be with him or not, he'll still do what's necessary to make sure that he's thriving and growing and he's able to solidify his foundation for himself, right? Because you never want to have an outside source be your source, be your reason for going out and getting what you need to get done. Like, no, I'm doing this because I need this for me. I gotta look out for me. You know what I mean? So I do feel what you're saying, but I have to clarify and give you a little bit more of, you know, how I feel about men doing things for women. You know what I mean? Or, you know, feeling like a woman should be your ambition or your motive to do things. Like, no, it should be for you. First things first. Now, am I going to say that a woman does not, you know, have a factor or play a role? No, but you should do it for yourself first. Thank you, Eugene. He says everything you dove deep into today is depicted in a song called "Kiss the Ring." What is "Kiss the Ring"? Look, y'all know I don't be knowing all this shit now. Look, y'all, I've been on here for 2 hours. I gotta wrap this up. I did try to get through to all of you guys' super chats though, because you guys do not have to support me, but you do. And yeah, we talked about that, Percy. That's some bullshit. But I gotta wrap this up. I just really want to hit home on how important it is for us women to stop viewing our relationships like quick licks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to view the relationship like a long-term investment for the both of you guys, you know, not just how you can benefit, how you can strip, how you can take away, because ultimately that will deplete the foundation, that will strip away from the foundation that you're building upon. So if we get in the habit of, you know, treating our relationships like businesses, like we do our careers or our jobs, whatever the case is, it will cause us and make us put in a lot more effort to make sure that we're able to make sure that that business is continuing to thrive and grow. You know what I mean? So you absolutely, as women, we absolutely do have to contribute in that way. If we are expecting a man to come through and have it all together, well, damn it, it's your job to make sure that if he chooses you to be with, that you make sure that he's keeping it all together. You following me? Not just, oh, I need a man to have it all together so he can spend it all on me, and he can uh destroy it all on me. But no, I need him to have it together. That way we can continue to thrive and grow for future generations to come. It has to be an ongoing process. It has to be a long-term thought process, a long-term action, a way of life. It can't just be something quick and easy for us to just mooch off of, latch onto, take advantage of, and then dip. You know, we have got to start um taking more into consideration as far as our finances, how we are conducting finances, what we're doing with finances, all of that when it comes to relationships, And again, making sure that everybody is being sought after and looked after and protected ultimately. It's not all about how much money a man has so he can spend it on you, so he can blow it on you, but more so how much money that does a man have, okay, if you want to have that mentality. That way we can make sure that we have a strong, sturdy foundation, and what can I do as that man's woman to make sure that it can continue to blossom, it can continue to accumulate, and we can continue to stretch everything out and build more. Right? So that's really what I want to touch on tonight with our dope discussion. I hope you guys were able to follow me. I know this was a long one, but it was necessary. And I think it's important for us to dive deep into these kind of conversations, especially monetarily, because we don't really touch base on that. When it comes to relationships, it's just all about, how does this person make me feel and all of that. When we need to be talking about more responsible things in regards to our relationships. How does this person manage or handle finances and money? What is important to them? How do they conduct themselves in certain situations regarding money? All of that, because again, money is one of the major causes for breakups and divorce. So why aren't we talking about that? Why aren't we making that part of our quote unquote vetting processes? You know what I mean? So I just thought I would come on here, shed a light on that, so that us women can really get it in our minds that, it's not just all about how much money a man is making, but it's also about, how you're able to contribute and add on and maintain and sustain that man's money and make sure that ultimately everybody is secure, not just you, but everybody. Okay. But y'all like the video, share the video, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next dope discussion. I thank you guys so much for stopping through. And again, big shout out to my good sis Elisa. I'm so glad that you're back. But y'all let us know, do you feel like it's important for finances to be discussed as a part of the vetting process with dating and relationships? Do you guys feel that way, or do you feel like it's not that important? You got it all together. You don't really care about a woman's splurging or spending all your money because you got enough, or it ain't triggering if you got it. Like, let me know. All right, ladies, how do you feel? Do you feel like what I'm saying is valid? We do need to start being more considerate when it comes to finances in our relationship. Or do you feel like what I'm saying is a bunch of bullshit and women is a prize and we should be able to spend any money that we please, however we please, when we want to? It doesn't matter how much. That's what a man is supposed to do. All commentary is welcome. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. But I'm getting ready to wrap this on up. And thank you guys so much for pulling up with me. And again, you guys, my laptop will be being repaired, so I probably won't see you guys Sunday, but I hopefully will see you guys again next Wednesday. All right, so y'all go and catch up on a lot of our dope discussions in the meantime, in between time, And I'll see you guys later. Much love and peace. Crown Head Nation, we out.